What's happening? What's up? Welcome back to Chat It Up Sports, baby. Oh man. Uh could you imagine what you would do with $11.6 million a year? Curt Cignetti has that problem in Indiana. So we're gonna talk about that today. We've got the core four, we got Bama, Tennessee, we got LSU Vandy, USC, Notre Dame, Ole Miss at Georgia. God bless, this is a loaded slate. And there's more. There's the Holy War, baby. Not even get to that. We'll barely touch on that. So much more. But first, Joseph, hit that theme music, brother. Oh, beautiful, beautiful day. Happy Feel Good Friday, everybody. It is just two of us in this house. Feels great in here, actually. I'm not going to lie to you. To be able to wear pants and not sweat
It does.
everything off. Feels
It
great.
does.
The man behind the camera, the co-host, producer, all at the same time, Joseph Guthrie.
Hello. How are you, sir?
Good. How are you, buddy?
If you can hear it, I'm sure you can. I'm a little sick again.
Okay.
Yeah, second time in 2 weeks. Picked it up from the niece.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it happens. It's part of it. Jordan flu game, riding high, not sponsored by Advil, but my presence tonight presented to you by Advil Cold and Flu.
Yes.
So we have been riding that train. It was treating us nicely. We feel like we can function and stand up, but just want to apologize to anybody listening or watching. If you hear some sniffles, maybe if I have to take a second to clear my throat or cough, just wanted to get that up front. I'm trying my best here.
Listen, it's all part of the tough game of podcasting.
Yeah.
You know, everybody thinks this is an easy job, but
yeah,
come out here when you're down. You know,
just wait till your voice, nose, ears, throat all betray you at the same time.
Yes.
And you're just, you're fighting for your life out there on a mic.
Especially around here, man. Especially around here.
Yeah.
I swear it is just taking hold. The fall is wonderful. I bet it feels great in Bloomington, Indiana, right now. If you're Curt Cignetti,
feels green, dog.
Feels very green. Feels very green.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it on the way in. I was like, what would I even do? I mean, yes, the guy was making 7-ish.
8. I think I saw a chart that went like year by year what he was making. I think he started making like 4.5 at James Madison, then made 6.5 or something like that. Then made like 4.8 his first year at Indiana. Then last year he was making like 8 point something.
Okay, yeah.
And now 11 point.
I don't know if you noticed much of a difference between 8 and 11.5. I mean, I'm sure the first paycheck hits, you're like, that's nice.
Yeah.
What do you do with the difference if you're already super wealthy in Bloomington?
Yeah.
You know, it's not the highest cost of living. Sure, it's not cheap because it's a nice college town, but still, dude.
Yeah.
Dude. So yeah, incredible. First thoughts of him being now the third highest paid coach in college football.
I mean, it's a product of what we talked about on the show when we mentioned James Franklin getting fired, is not just that James Franklin's having to pay this buyout, but like other schools are going to have to re-up. They're going to have to pay their coaches because when you're not paying your coach as much as you possibly can, or not as much as you possibly can, but like a competitive salary would say, your coach becomes a target. And obviously, with these big jobs coming open and the success he's had for 2 years at Indiana, of all places, you had to know Big Curt is the target on everybody's board. Mm-hmm. So Indiana was like, you know what? We're not going to let this happen to us. We're going to pay him 11 point whatever million, and we're going to sign him to 8 years, and we're going to just completely squash any rumors of him going to Penn State, potentially to Florida, if that decides to open up with Billy or wherever else, whatever other job comes open. I think it's just the state of college football.
Yeah.
I think if you're a school that chooses not to do that, then you're a school that chooses to gamble with potentially losing your head coach, especially a guy that's as in demand as Curt Cignetti is. Like, I don't think every coach that has success, like, I don't think Iowa State has to pay Matt Campbell $11 million.
No.
To keep him around, because we've already seen him turn down big jobs like this before. But Curt Cignetti kind of feels like he was worth like 10 million at the minimum, 10 million a year at the minimum.
It's amazing how much a game at Oregon really meant, because you had all the, last year, like everything was, the schedule was, insert not very positive adjective. But this year he's proven it, and crazy, they've gotten a lot better. Like the ability to get Mendoza, the ability to have a guy now be top 3 in the Heisman candidate race, turn on an offense, shut down a very good offense in Oregon in a lot of cases, especially what they've done all season. It just changes the perception. And, timing's everything. Like the fact that Penn State lost at home at their wideout. And then you said, oh, you thought that was a big game. We're going to go out to Oregon and win.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we got a guy that can win a big game.
Yeah.
We got a guy that can win the big game.
It's not just a guy that can win a big game. It's a guy winning a big game at where he's at. Because like James Franklin, Penn State's like top 10 all time in wins in college football. You know what Indiana's winning percentage is? Like all time history? You'll take a just shot in the dark guess.
Yeah. I'm going to say 46%.
You're close. You're close. It's 42.421 is their winning percentage.
I had to have figured they were sub 500.
Yeah, they are 516 and 719 and 46 all time in football.
Some rough years, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's a rough history. Yeah. And I think that's what also, like, if he was doing this at a school that was like top 10 in wins or top 20 in wins, it'd probably be like, yeah, he's worth the re-up, 10 mil or whatever. But he's doing this at Indiana, man. Indiana's like historically the punching bag of the Big Ten or whatever other conference they're in. So it's like that quick of a turnaround. Obviously, you're going to demand a little bit more. So now he becomes the 3rd highest paid active coach in college football behind Kirby Smart and Ryan Day. He's making a little bit more than Lincoln Riley and Dabo Swinney.
I thought about, too, it's paying for the future because Curt doesn't really feel like he's, what do you see, 64?
He's 60. Yeah, he turned 64 in June.
Okay. He doesn't feel like he's that old. Obviously, I'm sure maybe when he wakes up, he feels that old.
Yeah. Yeah. He might be like, hey, ask me how I feel in the morning. Because I could definitely feel. But no, I'm with you. He looks like he's in his like mid 50s.
When I first saw him, I did not realize. And then you started to hear, okay, I didn't know anything about Curt. I knew he was on the Alabama staff before. Mm-hmm. That's really about it. I didn't know a lot. And then obviously JMU comes up. They get on game day, and then I started hearing about Cignetti a little bit more. I'm like, oh, okay. This guy looks way older or way younger than he actually is. And then you knew he was going to get a big job, and that was interesting. I was like, oh, Indiana. Okay, maybe, whatever. But it's another big college that opened the door. And as we mentioned before, it just goes to show you like how much money's out there in college football, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I would not have, if somebody would have told me in like 2020 or 2021, or they'd be like, hey, in a few years, Indiana's going to be paying their head coach $11.5 million a year. I'd have been like, who? What, in basketball?
Yeah.
What? Who'd they hire in basketball? You're right. It's crazy how much it almost feels like the money's not real.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very good point. Because
like,
again, to go in the same week or same 7-day span, I guess.
Roughly.
For Franklin.
Yeah. Because James got fired after the Northwestern game. So it would have been, he got fired on either Sunday or Monday. I can't remember exactly. And then Curt got his extension today on Thursday. Today being Thursday when we're recording.
Yeah, this news week happened so fast. The fact that all this money has been spent. So technically with the buyout, almost $150 million.
It's something insane.
And I know that's over long periods of time. I get that. But I'm just saying as a total, that's what's being spent on college football coaches that haven't won a national championship.
Yep.
That haven't made it to a national championship.
Well, it's part of, again, it's a part of the state of the sport.
Yeah.
Because now it's become win now. And the thing that sucks the most is that these coaches that are sitting at their programs, like, and I think about like Mike Norvell, that's like, hey, it takes time. And they're like, dude, we're Florida State. You see what that guy's doing at Indiana? What do you mean it takes time? He did it in no time.
Yeah.
And I mean, part of that is also like, I don't want to say it's a gamble, but you kind of are a little bit gambling on portal evaluations. And it helps that a lot of these Indiana players this year are really, really old. I don't mean that to take a shot at them, but they're veteran players. Like they've been
Yeah.
around college football for a while, they've played for a while, and then you also like you mix that in with I think they hit on Fernando Mendoza, which I don't think was a very large gamble because a lot of people argued last year when he was at Cal, they're like, oh yeah, this dude's going to be a big portal, like he's going to pull a lot in the
Yes.
portal. Um,
You mentioned that.
versus like Mike Norvell, they're 0 for 2 now with the port. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Thomas Castellanos. He's fun, but like you go DJU and then Thomas Castellanos back to back, and it's like I think more people would be harping on how bad it is if it wouldn't have been as bad as it was last year.
Exactly. That's such a good point because Thomas is very nice and he's a nice little fit for Gus in some ways. And you get the one win against Alabama, it's going to change perspective, but you take that totality out and you're like, okay, yes, you have the big win. He's fun. He was the same thing at BC.
Yeah.
Like he was fun. He's athletic. He will make you some explosive plays and get you first downs that you're not sure if there's many guys in college football that can get that besides him. But overall, this is not a very good team. And now they're 0-3 in the ACC.
Yeah. And I think every Florida State fan on the planet would trade the Bama game for them not being like, if they're like, oh, hey, you go back and you lose the Bama game, but you're 2-1 in the ACC instead of being 0-3, they'd be like, yeah, that's fine.
Because now you're out. Now you're out.
Yeah.
Like, sweet, you beat Bama. It kind of looks like it's going to be the only highlight of the season.
Yeah.
I hate to say that, but I mean, they just can't beat anybody and they got figured out. And it's like the week 1 rule is just, it's scary, especially when you got a new coordinator. I feel like a whole new roster in some ways. I know that's, not the biggest transfer portal in the world, but still it's nice. And it changed a lot. And you get a very different quarterback than DJU. It's like, all right, here we go. So, I mean, it was a surprise effect, and now Alabama's what they are. We're going to get into that here in just a few minutes, but dang, man, the state of the sport, I don't think this is like too much of a what have you done for me lately? Like, I don't feel like it's just because of the Oregon win. Like, what he's done in a year and a half, despite whatever you think about the schedule, it's like, hey, man, this is the best we're ever going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, if he stays there all 8 years and he lives out this contract, and they'll build a statue.
Yeah,
They'll get a statue.
And look, man, it's Indiana. I'm sure they're expecting a national championship or at least a shot. Like, yeah, if you're going to pay somebody that much money, you want an Addy. But if he goes to conference tournament a couple times or conference championship a couple times and goes to the tournament
about basketball.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I'm in Indiana mindset,
yeah.
dude. It's just like, man, you have got more success coming in the next 3 years than you've ever had. So hold on to that.
Oh, yeah. If he does everything that James Franklin did at Penn State, at Indiana, they'll build him a statue, dude.
Statues, brother.
As long as they don't, and I don't think they will, but as long as they don't just like completely fall off a cliff and somehow get worse than before he was there, Curt can stay there as long. Indiana will keep him as long as he's willing to stand on the sideline.
Yeah, even if he's in this, I mean, that's such a great point. If he's in the same exact position as James, they'd be like, dude,
they'll take that.
This is amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. But now, I say it, this Oregon win, if he gets one of those every year too, sign me up, man. That's a great coach.
Yeah.
It's a great coach. It's kind of how I feel about Heupel right now. Sure, would I love a natty?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, damn, dude, got us to the playoffs. Big win against Bama. Fought our asses off against Georgia. Probably should have won that. It's just, unfortunately, it comes down to some tough plays without your 2 best corners. And you had to rely on a college kicker. And there's nothing against McGregor, but it's just, it is what it is.
It beats the hell out of doing what Florida's been doing for the past 10 years.
Bingo.
It beats the hell out of it every time, man. I mean, it's just, it beats the hell out of what Nebraska went through when they fired Bo Pelini for however long that was before they got Matt Rhule, with the Scott Frost being a failure and Like, and I think that's something that this Curt Cignetti signing kind of opens the door for. Obviously, getting 11 million is different.
Yeah.
But I think of guys like him and Matt Campbell, that Matt Campbell specifically has turned down so many jobs because you see the way these fan bases are and the expectations. And they're like, you have to be perfect.
Mhm.
And that's coming. A lot of that is set up because people were fresh off the heels of Nick Saban. We're fresh off of the greatest run in college football ever. And people were like, oh, well, I want to do that. And it's like, okay, you can't just create Nick Sabans. He's a one of one. You can get close. You can probably have a guy that's going to be close. I doubt it, especially with the way the sports moved. I don't think you're going to have a guy that wins 6 national championships at a school in 12 years.
No.
Like, I think the sport's leveling itself out too much for that to happen. And so I was talking to a buddy about this after the games last week. Is I think we're going to get to a point where fans, their expectations are going to recalibrate like early BCS days, where it's like, hey, we went 11-3 and we won the Fiesta Bowl. That was a hell of a season in like 08,
Yeah.
09, 2003. That was a hell of a season. But then Nick Saban comes in, it's like, hey, if you ain't winning natties and you're not, undefeated every year, and I know he wasn't undefeated every year. But if you're not one loss winning natties every year, you're not a success. And
it
I think
took your greatest game to beat him.
yeah, yeah. And I think you'll see a revert to expectations. It'll take some time. I don't think this is going to happen, immediately. But as the SEC moves to 9 conference games with the additional 10th out of conference game you have to play, schedules are just going to get harder and depth is going to get worse. And so I think you're going to see a more successful season be like 9-3 versus 12-0. And fans aren't going to like that at first because of we're fresh off the heels of the Nick Saban era of college football.
Yeah.
It's just going to take time for people to get used to that and
100%.
recalibrate back.
Yeah. Change the way people think about winning. That's how freaking good he was. Like, golly, bum. Just imagine what you guys have as a Georgia fan base, and it's like it still feels like there's a weird thing about it's not good enough.
Yeah. Well, I think
What?
I love to use the Georgia fan base as an example because that felt like when Kirby got back-to-back national titles and then Saban retired on the heels of the 2023 season, it was like, now it's time for Kirby's Saban run. And it was like, I get why you would think that because your natural progression as a fan is to just assume, well, if this guy did it in the sport and our guy's the second best guy, now the first best guy's gone, our guy's the first best guy, he's going to win 6 national championships in 12 years. And Kirby will probably win another title at Georgia. I don't want to sit here and say he won't, but it might not be in the next 4 years. It might not be.
We don't know.
It's
really hard to do.
Yeah. It's very, very hard to win a national championship. It's hard to win a football game, much less win probably 14 of them, I think is the minimum you'd probably have to get to win with this 12-team playoff bracket. Now, I don't know the math off the top of my head, but
yeah,
I think the Georgia fan base is a really good example of that, of fans that expected one thing and then the sport changed. And it was like, hey, what you were doing, what Saban was doing was already incredibly difficult. Now it just became exponentially harder because you're not going to be able to just stack recruiting classes because those guys they're going to do what Damon Wilson did. They're going to do what Damon Wilson did. And one of the biggest problems with Georgia this year, and we'll get into it with the Ole Miss game. I don't mean to get on a side tangent.
No, you're good.
But one of their biggest problems is pressure rate.
Yeah.
And sacks. They're like last in the SEC in sacks. Damon Wilson took a bag, went to Missouri, has 5.5 this year by himself.
Straight cash.
So like that's just you're going to see more of that, where a guy that you were expected to be like, and I know he was not a depth guy like he kind of was last year, but this year he was expected to be a bona fide starter. But that's just the nature of the sport right now.
Yeah.
So you have to calibrate for those things as a fan. Like you're not going to be able to roll out some of these 2015 Nick Saban defenses, these 2021 Georgia defenses like that. That's not going to happen as much anymore. It's just the nature of the sport.
It is. Depth was always Saban's biggest ally.
Yeah.
Because injury happens a lot in the sport. Anyways. All right. We'll go down where Saban was from, still lives. Tennessee, Alabama, third Saturday in October. Cigars will be smoked by one team. I don't know who that team is yet. I really, really want it to be mine. I really want it to be mine on Saturday. 7:30 prime time. It's where it belongs. It's not where I wanted it for selfish reasons because of the birthday party. I want everybody to be watching at my house at 3:30, but unfortunately it will not be. So we have a dilemma. People are asking if they can stay, and I'm like, sleeping
It's
kid.
real close to bedtime.
Kind of hard, man. I'm gonna have a very overstimulated child, so you gotta get the out of my house. Anyways, so yeah. 7.5 point favorite, Alabama. Feels right. Was 9.5, moved down. These quarterbacks are a lot of fun. My heart tells me this is going to be a little bit higher scoring because Bama's line is a little bit more suspect than we thought it would be, especially on the right side. Tennessee's had a high pressure rate. So, I could see there being, a couple turnovers, but also I could see also having, 300 yards because our corners are still out. It really hurt when I saw the out for Ricky. I mean, I kind of figured Ricky Gibson would be out, but I also had high hopes Jamad would come back. And it's just you knew earlier on in the week that it's probably not going to happen, but it's a big high hope. I still think after what I saw against Georgia, I still think Tennessee can go out there and score on them. You just have to capitalize on turnovers. And I'm worried that we're going to have a couple as well. It's going to be so loud down there. I think Tuscaloosa gets a little too much love on the hardest places to play sometimes. But just from what I hear from actual people that play down there or go down there, just saying, this is not speculation on my part. I've not been to Tuscaloosa yet, but I hear things and people are like, it's okay. It's pretty good for the college football world. Don't get me wrong. But is it being like a potential number one place? I don't know about that. You'll have some sick fireworks and some good money. But I hear a lot of good things about other places, Neyland Stadium. Anyways, I do feel like Tennessee has a good shot. I like 7.5. I do think this is going to be like a 6-point game. As much as my heart hurts, I just can't pick Tennessee in this game. Ty Simpson's too good. Those wide receivers are going to eat us up at some point. Yeah, I think we can force turnovers. I really do think we can get after Ty. At this moment, Jam's still questionable, right?
From what I saw, last report I read, I think was dated from Wednesday. DeBoer had said that he was still in protocol.
Yeah.
In protocol means he's got to, they probably won't know until Saturday at noon, if he's going to play.
Yeah, it was a hit. Yeah, even with that, it just makes me worried. I think we can run on them. I don't think Alabama's defense, the run defense has been suspect too. This is a very good core running backs for Tennessee. That's why I do think we're going to be able to move the ball. It just, I don't know. It's just a hard road to go down to Tuscaloosa and win. Again, I know I just gave him a little funny knocking on hardest place to play, but it is still a tough place to play in the SEC at night. Yeah, and let's be honest.
I think the last Tennessee win in Brad Denny was what, 03?
03, brother. That's a long time, man. That's a long ass time. I see a road where they keep it close. I just don't see how they win it. I can't get there. I want to. I tried. I wanted to be a little bit more homer today. I have a good feeling. I just couldn't get there because I got to battle my way out. I'm starting to fall towards the bottom. I'd rather be right than be a homer.
I understand.
So I'm gonna pick Alabama so reluctantly, but it has to be done.
Okay,
it has to be done.
I respect it.
Thank you.
I respect the hell out of it as someone who also faded their own team when they played Alabama.
Yeah,
it takes a lot. It takes a lot to not just be a fan and be like, my team's going to win. And then you kind of sit there and you think about it and you're like, well, maybe.
59, 40, and 7 is the all-time record. I thought it was a little closer for some reason.
I did not know the all-time record.
Yeah.
So one of the big selling points in this game is people talking about explosive play rate. And mostly Bama being high ranked in explosive plays and Tennessee's secondary being kind of low in explosive plays. And that's partly due to the fact that you guys have been playing with young corners.
Mm-hmm.
That happens. You're also 118th in pass yards per game on defense.
Yeah, buddy.
And Bama is 10th in pass yards per game.
Yeah, and it's only getting better.
It is. And I would feel, I don't know, like I checked to see if Jermon McCoy was coming back. He's not. I thought in my head, I thought that'd be good. But then I also thought, like, would that be a good first game for him to come back? I know he's coming, like, I know he's immensely talented, but like, would you really want Jermon McCoy to come back and start playing Alabama?
Not in particular.
Like, would you choose that? I know your young corners you've been susceptible with, but like at least they've, they're playing their snaps, like they've gotten experience. And no, again, they're not as good as Jermon when Jermon's like fully healthy. But like fresh off an injury, I don't know. I don't know if he would make that much of a difference because I don't know how many snaps he'd play because I don't know how healthy he would actually be. Anyway, that's all speculation because he's not coming back. That's side tangent. For me, looking at this game, third down is the measuring stick and how well Tennessee does on third down because Bama's been incredible on third down. Ty Simpson's been just ice cold. He's absolutely been electric. And when people talked about explosive play rate, I thought, yeah, Bama is really explosive, but Ryan Williams didn't have a single catch in the Missouri game. And then I started looking, it's wild to me. And then I started looking back at drive charts and I thought, what's kind of dangerous about this Bama team? They hold the ball. In the Georgia game, they had 3 drives that were over 10 plays. 2 of them were 14-plus plays. Both took over 6 minutes. In the Vandy game, they had 3 11-plus play drives. One was 16 plays, took 8 minutes and 29 seconds. That's over half of a quarter. That's an eighth of a football game on one drive.
That fucking kills you, dude.
Eighth of a football game on one drive. And I thought to myself, they did it against Missouri too. 4 10-play-plus drives. They had one that was 17, and it took 9 minutes. So I thought about that, and I thought, what does that do to a team? Well, your offense can't get in a rhythm. You can't stay on the field because you can't really establish your game plan because you don't have the ball. It also makes your defense extremely tired, and it wears them out much faster. And early on Sunday, Drew and I put out a video, and I picked Tennessee to win in this game. I did. And I went through the stats on it today, and I was like, man, the way I built this stat profile out and the things that I've thought about is really favors Bama. Like, it really favors Bama. And then I thought about it again, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to go with my original intuition. I think Tennessee's going to win this game.
Okay.
I don't know how, and I don't know why. And I know all the stats favor Alabama to kind of run this game up a little bit. But I think they find a way. Tennessee's number 1 in sacks in the conference, and that's with conference games only. That's factoring out, like, because in total sacks, I think you're at 25. Just versus conference, you have 15. I think they'll be able to pressure Ty Simpson a little bit better than Missouri did, at least. I think that can help with your lack of experience on the back end. I still expect Ty to have a really good game. Don't get me wrong. But I think the ability for Tennessee to run the ball plays perfectly into what Heupel wants to do to get his offense going. I think that will help you stay on the field. And I think that's what will lead to Tennessee winning this game. I think the explosivity, some of the plays, like looking at the game last year, there were some plays that were left off the board because Nico just missed.
It's a very good point.
From what we've seen from Joey this year, he hasn't been perfect, but he's definitely been much better at hitting those guys than Nico was. And that goes both ways, though. There were some guys open that Jalen just missed last year, and he had some crucial turnovers. I think Ty will hit those guys this year. I really think it's going to be super close. Like, I'm talking about like 2023 close, like within 3 points.
Yeah.
If this game does get sideways, I don't think there's a way it gets sideways in favor of Tennessee. I think it gets sideways in favor of Alabama. And where that comes from is just Tennessee's inability to stay on the field. Because Alabama's going to hold the ball. Like they're going to. They've done it.
If that wave starts to happen, that's the biggest worry is a long driving offense.
Yeah.
And what we are on offense in a very quick pace no time. So you're eliminating any hope of rest. Like you, it has to be a little bit different of a style. Like the run game has to dominate for Tennessee on Saturday.
I think it's just got to be effective. Like I think you've just got to live in 3rd and short.
Yes,
And if
very
you can do
much.
that, like if you can just do that enough to stay on the field, like kind of do to Alabama what they've been doing to other teams, where you
Yeah,
hold the ball, 10 play plus drives. I mean, I do like Tennessee's ability to be explosive, and I think this offense can,
same.
but I think your philosophy needs to be hold the ball. And like you dictate the pace of the game on your terms. I don't know if you'll be able to do that, but I think that's a good strategy
Yeah,
is to keep this away from because the way Ty's been playing, dude, like, and also what kind of factors into me picking Tennessee is DeBoer did this at Washington. He was like a 1-score game guy. And so far it's kind of worked out for him this year in the SEC. But part of me it just makes me nervous that he plays these 1-score games real close. And I feel like Tennessee's a team that could the way that you can strike quickly and kind of flip momentum on its head, because I watched you do it in the Georgia game. I think those chances will be there for Tennessee.
yeah.
Again, I'm kind of I don't feel great about it, but I'm going to go with my gut, and I think the Vols upset Alabama on Saturday.
I appreciate that. I hope so. I guess it's just the fact of the long driving offense, our short pace. I think we're going to have a couple of those times as 3 and out, maybe early, and you can't wear down this defense too early. Like we have to hit things in kind of the same way we did against Georgia, because early on I feel like Georgia was letting them kind of roam free in the middle, and you hit those long drag routes and those crossers, and I was like, dude, if you think about it, it was a little bit the same way last year with Alabama. There was a lot of times, and Nico missed some of those, but they kind of let them run wide open a few times. And if that happens, I think we're in a very similar position as you mentioned. The comparison of these two quarterback duos is very different. Like these guys are going to make these throws. So that's why I think it's going to be a high scoring version of last year. If Tennessee's going to win, they have to. You have to, jab, 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 right hook kind of deal. Whatever you want to, whatever analogy you want to use, like we have got to run the rock, and having Bishop back, having all 3 of those guys is going to be crucial. Starr's going to have to play better this week as well. He's been awesome. What do we have? 215 yards on the ground last year.
Yeah.
I think they can do it again. That's why I believe it's going to be close. It's tough in a 1-score game where Heupel's not always wonderful in that spot.
Yeah.
Where I feel like Caleb, he lives in that world. Man. He lives in that world, and despite you may not love it, he's damn good at it.
He's won them way more often than he's lost them. So,
yeah.
And last note from me on this game, I think Jam Miller's, like from an Alabama perspective, like how healthy Jam Miller is, I think is crucial, because I think this run game's night and day different for Alabama with him, whether he's in or out.
Yes, sir.
I mean, if Jam doesn't end up playing, I feel better about Tennessee, and I think you'll see line movement if Jam doesn't end up playing. Not like a ton, maybe like half point or something.
Half point matters,
but I think that's a lot for just a running back. Because I do think this running game is significantly different with Jam versus everybody else that Alabama tries.
That it'll play action against this defense in Tennessee with a guy as effective as Jam is drastically different.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have to pull him back, you believe in your front. I think that's a big part about Tennessee is like you get that confidence in the front. It's like, hey, man, no Jam. We're doing okay. We've got to sit back on these wide receivers and these tight ends. We know that. So I don't know. I think you're right. If Jam does not play, it makes you feel a lot better as a Vol fan.
Yeah.
A lot better.
Yeah.
All right, what's 2?
Brother, down in Nashville, the Tigers of Baton Rouge are an underdog. Vandy's favored versus LSU.
I can't believe it.
And that's where we're going for game 2, man. Because when was the last time I saw it from Brad Powers on Twitter today. The last time Vandy was favored was Tennessee in 2018. That was the
Whoa.
last time Vandy was like a favorite versus
Versus an
not just a
SEC.
favorite in general, but like a favorite versus an SEC opponent. Obviously, they're favored over like
Yeah.
Georgia State and stuff like that. But that's the last time they were like a SEC favorite. It's 2018. That's nuts, dude.
Shit, dude.
And you know what, man? I am not going to switch my pick from our original Sunday video. I think Vandy wins this game. I do. I do not feel great about LSU at all from an offensive standpoint. I don't think they've been efficient enough. I don't think they'll be able to stay on the field long enough. And with a offense like Vanderbilt runs, where to me it kind of feels like a time of possession thing, I don't know if LSU is efficient enough to take advantage of every possession they're going to get. The defense is going to be great.
Yeah.
Because it has been great all year. You know, LSU hasn't scored more than 20 points in an SEC game yet.
Yeah, I know.
That's
They've scored
disgusting.
right at 20.
20.
Right?
Yeah, they've scored 20 twice in 19 when they played Ole Miss.
2010 games, right?
Yeah. 20 to 10 and 20 to 13.
Oh, 13. Yeah, that's right.
Something like that. Anyways.
Damn, dude. Like, it's a scenario where it really does feel like the right move for Vandy because it's two things. I never thought I would think about this in Pavia's way, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I think he learned from his mistakes against Alabama.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to make terrible throws. I think he realizes when he sees a good secondary, I can't take those chances. I think that lesson learner is going to carry over to this game big time. I think they're going to be very smart throws, but the fact they can run it and LSU can't just use their secondary to just tear people apart. I'm with you. I think it's low scoring. I think it's a very low scoring game. I don't think it's 50. I don't think the over-under is 50 or more.
I don't remember I think it was like I don't remember. Check that real quick, but
yeah.
I do know Vandy's fourth in scoring offense, 42.8 points per game.
Yeah.
But this is the best defense. Like no shade at Alabama, but I think this is the best defense they've played all day or played all season.
Yeah.
Now I will say with the aggressive nature that Blake Baker can have, this feels like an offense where that could really, really bite you. Like just the style that Vandy likes to run.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they could gash you if you're overly aggressive.
And if this is obviously not an LSU team that's going to be very good at playing while they're down.
Yeah. No, I don't think they are. I mean, last week against South Carolina, they had 2 red zone turnovers. And I know an emphasis for Garrett Nussmeier in the offseason was better decision making, but I don't know if that's quite worked out the same way. Plus, I still don't know how healthy he is. Like, I don't know if he's close to 100% or not.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that's game. Yeah, over-under is 48.5, according to our friends at FanDuel.
Yeah, that feels, yeah. So, yeah, that feels about.
Yeah, what do you think? I think Vandy's defense is pretty good too.
I think it's good enough.
Yeah, I don't think they're
I don't think it's incredible. But.
Yeah, I don't think they're slouches. This is not a team where you're like, dude, if we don't score 40, we can't win.
I mean, to go on the road and minus the Ty Simpson turnover, gave up what 30 to Bama?
Yeah,
I think that's bad.
Yeah, and that was
Bama offense is significantly better.
Two tough Pavia turnovers. Like again, if he goes on score, who knows what momentum carries over? Momentum's a hell of a drug, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's a 14-point swing.
Yep. Pavia just can't make the mistakes. I don't think he's going to do that at home. This is going to be an awesome crowd for a Vandy game.
Yeah,
I hate to say that. I don't think this is going to be your typical LSU 90%. I think they'll probably be close to 50, 60-40 Vandy.
Yeah,
50-50. I mean, LSU travels. Nashville's an awesome place, and they spend the money. They spend the money on travel, dude. So I'm a little worried that this might take away from some of the crowd, but I think Vandy's going to take over. I don't think we're having staff sell out tickets anymore. Like this could be your second biggest win ever.
Yeah.
Right? I'm trying to think.
I mean, I don't know if this would this be bigger than last year's Alabama?
No, it wouldn't be bigger than last year's Alabama, but it could be up there. Take down the mighty LSU. The series. I want to tell you about this one. 25-7-1 all time. Obviously not played each other a bunch of times.
Yeah, it's in the matchup we get often.
Yeah. LSU's won 5 consecutive road games for Cignetti, including the last 4 by 20+ points. I like to see those old school stats. I was like, just fire off me some old school stats.
When was the last time LSU played Vandy?
20
Was it 2019?
Yes.
Yeah, and they won that game by like 50, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was, oh, dude, I remember that. That was low key, side tangent. Those are my favorite LSU uniforms, the white helmets with the purple jerseys.
Hell
They're
yeah,
so clean, dude. They look so good.
That's a sweet color combination. I got signed up to go to a show in New Orleans next September. I am fingers crossed, hoping there's an LSU game.
Yeah.
We got a good friend of ours that she went there.
I mean, if it's when is it? November?
September.
Oh, September
18th. It'll be
there should be a game.
Yeah, it should be an LSU.
Should be an LSU game.
Yeah. So hoping so. If not, I was like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I might work down there all week.
just to
go
work down there and wait.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can't believe this is like turned into what it has for Vanderbilt, especially now.
It's wild to me that they're favored.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's at home. I know it's in Nashville, but it's still just wild to me that they are a favorite, point spread favorite.
Yeah, they're going to spread them out. Again, as Drew mentioned about Vanderbilt, if they get shut down on the outside, it gets scary. And I mean that in a running game perspective. Those little sweeps and those things that they do to get Pavia on the edge and the running backs. Again, a very nice heap of running backs for them as well.
Yeah.
So if LSU kind of locks him up and those boys get after him, it could be a terrible day.
Yeah.
Like I don't expect Nuss to dominate, but if Weeks and them just shut them down on the outside and just start forcing them into, 2 or 3 and outs, and Nuss is able to just get some things going for the first time, and they're just got a whole bunch of swagger. It could get ugly on LSU side.
See, that's the thing that also leans me into picking Vandy, is because it's hard for me to imagine that this game gets sideways in LSU's favor. Even because like in the Florida game, they were given 5 extra possessions and they won that game by 10.
Yeah, because you're not, it's
and I know
not
Florida's
like, it's not like Nuss has had these like great moments this year. You're just having to like imagine maybe this is the time that he finally comes along again.
Yeah.
Like you almost have to make it up. I mean,
you're hoping.
It's a huge hope, and it's not.
Yeah.
There's zero track record of it this year.
Yeah.
Real dominating version of Nuss.
Yeah.
So it's a hopeful thought. It's maybe a team you could say he could do that against, but yeah, that's my thing. I'm picking Vandy because I think they can score enough. I think noon actually kind of weirdly helps them. So
a little bit, yeah.
I like it. It feels right. It may be wrong. It's going to be an under game. I don't think there's any doubt about that, because I think it's going to be. I think the ability to play safe is way more in the favor of Vanderbilt, because you're going to keep it on the ground, don't make mistakes, quick outs, things like that. It's just going to be a little slice and dice game. I don't think it's going to be like ugly in the fact of like how Texas Oklahoma looked at times.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be slow paced. Yeah, it's going to be physical. This is going to be a very physical game. I think we're going to get a lot of talking from our boy Diego.
I hope so.
He's going to get a lot of talking, baby. I can't wait. Him and Weeks going to have some words.
I can't wait to see him and Whit Weeks tap face mask John at each other.
Yeah. That's a good, I can't wait for that hit moment.
Yeah.
Remember how it's obviously not like Eric Berry, Tim Tebow, but it's like, that's a good one.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I'm with you. I'm picking Vandy because I just think I haven't seen anything from this LSU offense that makes me think Vandy won't be able to hang around long enough for Diego Pop, whatever's going on with the defense, whatever the defense is doing to Vandy's offense, for Diego Pavia and Tim Beck to figure something out. Unless this is the weekend that LSU puts it all together offensively. Now, if they do, I'll be honest with you. If LSU puts it together offensively, I think they'll blow Vandy out.
Yeah.
But I just haven't seen that yet. So I have no reason to assume this is the weekend on the road against Vanderbilt is the weekend that they're going to finally put it all together.
Yeah, because we have to just like, maybe this is in week 7. You're finally,
Who knows, dude?
Yeah. I don't know. All right, next one. Notre Dame, USC. Another game. Awesome game this week. Awesome game.
Yes.
USC made a statement last week. Hey, we can be physical. I know it's at home. I get that. But as I mentioned a couple weeks ago, Malachi Lemon is just that boy's special right now.
He's fun to watch.
He's awesome. Yak City, dude. I love to watch it. Mayava been spectacular. They're big play central. I'm interested to see what they do against Notre Dame. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really know yet. I'm gonna actually let you go make your first pick because
You're still deciding?
I keep going back and forth because CJ Carr's played better.
CJ Carr has played much better.
He's made so much better.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was gonna be very good. I mean, I hate to say that. It's like
I just thought he was
seen it.
Yeah, I just thought he was gonna be new. Like
I didn't think Riley Leonard was special, but I know he could run on the ground. I know he can do Haynes King type stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of Haynes, no, that's a side tangent. Sorry. That's a side tangent. Totally. It's not a part of the core four.
Georgia
USC. Yeah, I was about to say. So they're a dog this weekend. This game kind of comes down to me, and I picked USC originally. That was my pick on Sunday for our short that we did for the video. Kind of dug into this game a little bit. It seems USC is kind of down at running back a little bit, but what I thought would win this game for USC was not something that I thought like they would be able to do against Michigan, which was kind of mitigate Michigan's run game. Now, I will say Notre Dame's run game, I think, is going to be better than Michigan's. So it's going to be a little bit harder to stop Jadarian Price and Jeremiah Love than it is to stop Justice Haynes.
Yeah.
But I did not know that the weather's supposed to be incredibly horrible for this game. So that doesn't make me feel good about my pick, but I'm not going to back down now. I am going to believe in Lincoln Riley. I'm going to believe in, let me correct myself. In the short, I said Jordan Mayava. My bad, dog. Jaden Mayava. I believe in Jaden Mayava. I think he's come a long way. And I believe in Mekhi Lemon and Jacoby Lane. I think even if they are kind of down at running back a little bit, King Miller last week against USC or against Michigan had like over 150 yards on the ground. So I think USC will be able to attack this defense in multiple ways. This pass defense for Notre Dame has most certainly regressed. They are down to, let me get it pulled up right here, 91st in the country in pass yards per game. And I know Leonard Moore's an All-American corner, and he's been great, but I think USC will be able to have success with their offense. And looking back at this game last year, the big difference for this game, I think Notre Dame ended up winning like 49-35, but USC was only down a touchdown, and then they threw back-to-back pick sixes.
Yeah.
So I don't think Jaden Mayava will do that this time. I don't want to count on turnovers like that for Notre Dame. I think USC finds a way to get this game, man. I know the desperation spot. I know what this looks like this game is for Notre Dame. USC can afford to lose it because it's not a Big Ten game, so they'd still be in the Big Ten race. And if Notre Dame loses, they're out of the playoffs. Like, they're out.
Yeah, they're out.
Because this will be their third biggest game of the season, and they'll be 0-3. So I get the gotta have it spot, but I mean I think they're just a year away with CJ Carr. And I think they'll be good, but I think USC had a shot to win this game last year, but they were kind of in the same spot where Jaden Mayava was young. Yep. Now it's flip side to CJ Carr, who's the young quarterback. I think USC finds a way to win this game.
I will agree with you. I actually wanted to try to find a way to get Notre Dame, but the regression of the defense, I think the spot that USC was in against Illinois was tough. You're down two corners, noon game. Sorry, I can't clear my freaking throat. The GERD's awful. I just thought it was like hey, you know what? Illinois had to bounce back. They were in a humongously desperation spot. Like, hey, we are on the borderline of getting just shoveled out of the entire Big Ten here.
Yeah.
They had to win it. I think that Illinois is a pretty good team, not great. They're like a pretty average, above average team in the Big Ten, and that's a tough go. Like, going to Illinois at noon on a Saturday is not going to be easy. And so they bounced back and played well. And look, USC had a shot to win it. So I don't think this is this big. Oh my goodness, they lost to Illinois. I think that was a tough Saturday for them, and they answered the bell against Michigan. Again, I think you're right. It is going to be a way different task to shut down this running back group for Notre Dame than it was against Michigan. I know Michigan's got a good ground game, and I know Bryce is on his way up, but he's got a ways to go. I hope the weather's not just awful because that'll make you feel worse about this pick. But you give me a little bit of clarity, good Lord,
Yeah.
And I just think the big playability, I think Lemon's going to tear them up again.
Yeah. I
I think
think
they're going to tear them up. I think this could be a game where I think we're going to get some love from CJ. Actually, I think he's going to be able to score against this defense, but I don't think he's going to be able to score enough. That's my big thing. Is I don't see how Notre Dame's going to be able to keep up, and it might be similar-ish to how the Texas A&M game went. I just don't think Notre Dame could do that twice of kind of holding up to 40. I don't think that's going to happen again. Maybe they don't get to 40, but if it's 35, 32, that's probably where I see this game because I think USC is going to turn it on. I think they're really good. They're not a tier 1 team or anything like that, but I think they are a lethal tier 2-ish type team.
Yeah.
They they're not Ohio State. They ain't whomever, Alabama, I guess. I don't know. Miami, like those teams right now, they're not that. I get that. But I think they're a tough out. I think they're a very tough out, and they're hot. So USC.
Yep. Right on, man.
I didn't see what the other boys had. I think they also may have gone.
I don't remember. But
Anyways,
we'll have the core 4 graphic out. Everybody's picks will be on it. So.
Let's do it. All right. You want me to go or you go?
Please, you go first. It's the last game. It's game day.
I know. Game day, dog. Coming down to Athens, Georgia.
Yep.
This one's really hard for me. Why do you guys start so poorly?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I asked myself the same question. I just it seems like it's just something that they are this year.
Yeah. I think that's going to be so hard. Because again, this is the last week I think you don't know who somebody is. And that's kind of where I'm at with Ole Miss. I'm like, dude, you barely go out and beat Kentucky.
Washington. Yeah.
And then whatever that game against Washington State was.
That was we've been prepping for Georgia for a while.
Yeah. We sat here and we were like telling Mickey, like, how in the world is Washington State minus or plus 32.5? We're like, oh, it's no doubt. It's because they're terrible.
Yeah. North Texas beat them by like 49.
What the hell happened?
Dude.
But then I'm also like, they're a good team. Ole Miss is a good ball club.
Yep.
They keep winning. They've got a very, very highfalutin dual threat quarterback. I love Trinidad. I really do. And I want to do it. I want to do it. But I can't do it. I'm picking Georgia. God, you're going to make me sweat on this one. I know it's going to piss me off. Ole Miss is going to be up, 13-10 at half.
Georgia gets 10 in the first half. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Better than we've done in the first half.
That's true. 13-3. That's what's going to piss me off.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a really hard spot for Trinidad's first road game. Maybe he competes. Maybe he's played so much ball that it's like, it doesn't really affect me.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything. There was most of my day where I was like, it's Ole Miss. Because I think they can step on the gas. I think they can push Georgia. And if Georgia's going to just let them go and not be able to hang around for the next, 10 minutes of a game, it's like, man, Ole Miss can score on you twice before said team last week. It's like, man, it's a way better offense than Auburn. And I know it's a little voodoo magic down there and it's away from home, but man, this is going to be a sweater, I think. But I just have a feeling Georgia at home, they're not going to overlook this. I think Lane's very good. I think Kirby's just going to be a little bit better. For some reason, I have a belief Bobo is going to turn it around this week, and they're going to do some pretty nice things on the ground. Dadgummit, give me Georgia. I hate this. I'll probably take Ole Miss in the points, but I believe in Georgia.
Georgia to win, Ole Miss to cover.
Yeah.
I was trying to.
And you're going to piss me off so bad. It's going to make me so mad on Saturday night.
I am.
Yeah, just because of this game.
I mean, it is a 3:30
You
match,
are you, like if
so
when I think here's how close our friendship is now. Whenever I think about Georgia and I'm frustrated with a Georgia or I'm like, hell yeah, Georgia. I think about you. You are my Georgia proxy, basically.
yes. Yes, I understand that.
You are the face of Georgia football to me.
Oh, sweet,
There you go.
sweet.
Yeah.
It's decent face.
Yeah. Take
Sorry,
that.
I was trying to find it while you were on your while you were giving
I
your
was trying
take
to
about the
filibuster
game.
for you. I knew you.
Yeah, I was trying to
I
find.
saw you
So I
researching.
saw this stat about like EPA, first half. Is the chart I was telling you guys about. EPA for Georgia first half versus second half because they're almost like two totally different teams. It's almost like you went in there and you roll out this JV squad in the first half, and then they come back out in the same jerseys, and it's like, oh, hey, here's the varsity squad in the second half. But I did find a chart that's success rate first half versus second half in the 4 SEC games they've played this year, starting with Auburn. The success rate for Auburn in the first half was 80%. In the second half, 0. For Tennessee, it was 50% in the first half. Actually got a little bit better in the second half, 62.5. For Alabama, it was 81.8% in the first half, 50% in the second half. And then Kentucky, it was 25 and 28 points. But I mean, the Kentucky game was kind of a blowout, so you won't factor in the second half
Yeah.
statistics of that as much. But it just goes to show you, like, I don't know why Georgia starts slow. I don't know what it is. I don't know enough, but they do. And they've done it so many times in a row now. I feel like it's wrong for me to assume, kind of like with LSU's offense, is Georgia going to put it together this week and not have to dig themselves out of a hole? I mean, on the way over here, oh, excuse me, on the way over here, was talking to my college roommate. He's an Ole Miss fan, and he was like, "Give me your unbiased opinion, straight off the dome. What do you think?" I was like, "Ole Miss wins." And I'm gonna stick with that. It was what I did in our video on Sunday. I don't like what Georgia has given us in the first half this year. I don't like the idea that you're spotting teams 10, 15, or 10, 14, 17 points. And I feel like you got away with it against Auburn because of the fumble call, because it was about to be 17-0.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to get bailed out like that against Ole Miss. Like if Ole Miss is going in 17-0, I don't feel good about Georgia winning this game
Because they're going to score more than
because
20.
I think they're going to be like, yeah, I think they're just like every other game for Georgia. I think their success rate, their EPA, I think these statistics will go down for them because Georgia just gets better in the second half, and Georgia gets better once Glenn Schumann and Kirby Smart figure out what you're trying to do. They adjust. They're great at it. They're
Yeah.
best in the nation at it, probably.
But what if that hole's too big to dig out of?
Exactly. That's my biggest fear for Georgia.
That's
Is what
kinda
if
what I
that
worry
hole's
about.
too big? What if it's 21-3 at halftime? What if it's 21-0 at halftime? I don't think they'll be able to dig. I haven't seen enough from Georgia's offense to make me think they'll be able to dig out of that hole. I know they did it on the road at Tennessee. I know it was 21-7. They dug out of that hole.
That's against a defense I don't think is very good.
But I don't like the idea of doing that against Lane Kiffin. Really, that's the thing. And I would love for Georgia to go out and prove me wrong, and I hope they do. I'll still be cheering the same way I'm always cheering, like a fan. But like if I look at this game objectively, I don't like that Georgia spots teams 1 to 2 touchdowns before they really start doing anything. So I think this game's going to come down to one factor. What's the score at halftime? Or sorry, I think this game comes down to 2 factors. What's the score at halftime? And what does Georgia's first offensive drive look like? Like, does is it 3 and out? Because it was in the Bama game.
Yeah.
If it's 3 and out, I think, like, especially if Ole Miss gets the ball first and their scripted drive is incredible and leads to them being up. Like, if you hold them to a field goal, that's great. But if they get 7 and you come out and you run 3 plays, you hand them the ball right back, they go down and get 7 again. Until I see Georgia not have to dig themselves out of a first half hole, I'm not going to assume they will. Or sorry, until I see Georgia not put themselves in a first half hole,
Yeah.
I'm not going to assume that they will. So I'm rolling with Ole Miss. I think I think Georgia, if they want to win this game, they have to start fast. And I know that's so easy to sit and say, and I know it's ridiculous because every coach is like, of course we want to start fast. We don't want to start. No coach sits there and thinks, I really want to wait until the third quarter to open up the scoring and start, really pouring it on. But I think I think Georgia has to have points on their opening drive. I think they have to.
Yeah.
Because it'll set the tone for the rest of the first half.
And that's why, weirdly, I believe there's some teams I'm just like, they can't fix that. I kind of believe that with LSU. I'm like, I don't think they can fix that. I think Georgia kind of fixes that. I think they're so sick of hearing that. I think this is going to be the best scripted drive because, if you listen to a lot of people talk about college ball, most of these first drives out of the half and first 16-ish plays to start the game are usually scripted. It's the way a lot of coaches do it. I think this is going to be a nasty set of plays. They're going to open up the book. They're going to come out there and be like, hey, we got to set a tone early. Like, we cannot do this again. So I think they're going to push. I hope that doesn't lead to turnovers because they're trying to push.
Yeah.
But I think this is going to be a pretty nasty one. I think Bobo's staying up some nights, drinking too much caffeine, and I think this is going to be the good one. I think this is going to be the really good one where they turn it around this week. So for you, buddy.
I hope so, dude.
For you.
Because I think you'll be able to run on Ole Miss.
I do too.
76th in rush yards per game.
Yeah.
But, the way that you were able to kind of pass the ball against Auburn, I think Ole Miss's pass defense is 24th.
Yeah.
Ranks higher than Auburn's.
Yeah.
Rankings aren't everything. I understand that.
And it depends on, you're not really played those guys.
Yep.
Yep.
Ole Miss probably hasn't played, the best passing attack Ole Miss has played is LSU.
And that is what it is right now.
So,
despite Nussmeier being a name at the beginning of the season, if you took that out, if we just had a blank slate, your mindset started at the season start, you'd be like, okay,
yeah,
this guy's not very good.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing.
Yep.
Joseph Guthrie, welcome to Core 4 Trivia. Are you ready? We're going to go.
Sure. I'm as ready as I'll ever be. I don't know how. You know what? Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. You are ready. We are going to go by each game that we have in the Core 4, and I'm going to ask you a trivia question.
Okay.
Tennessee versus Alabama will be our first one, just as we go through. In what year did Tennessee last defeat Alabama before the 22 streak ending win?
Before the 2022? So they didn't beat. Let's see. Saban started in. Was it 07?
Oh, so close. 06.
06. Okay, I was about to say, I know Saban's first year was 07. Oh, Saban never lost to Tennessee. That's right.
Yeah.
Saban's first year was 2000. I was trying to do the math back in my head. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah. 06.
Damn. So close.
So close, dog.
So close.
Very good guess. All right. LSU Vanderbilt.
Oh, Lord.
This is a tough one.
Yep.
I will give you a hint if needed on this one.
Okay.
Because this is out the depths unless you're one of these.
Yeah, I don't know the history of Vandy football. Very in depth. So.
But here we go. Vanderbilt's last win over LSU came in what year?
1987.
Dog, you are so close. 1990.
Damn it.
You're all over it. That's a good guess. Yeah. Okay. All right. I like this one.
Okay.
What was it's USC versus Notre Dame.
Uh-huh.
What was the longest winning streak by either team in this series, and which team holds it?
Oh, God. Oh, God. I'm going to go USC.
Okay. Check mark.
I'm going to go 5.
Oh, no. USC, 11 straight wins, 2022 to 2011.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I thought that was
Brian Kelly never beat USC? Wow.
That's what it says.
Wow.
Vacated wins included.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that doesn't give the win to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So
interesting. I actually want to make sure. I'm gonna fact check that. Where's the old wiki page here?
Notre Dame, USC
Yeah, pull it up.
history.
Just give me a damn chart. Oh yeah, that's right.
So 2011 to 2022.
I guess it was 2010. I think they missed on that.
Did
Notre
they?
Dame won in 2010.
Okay. I was about to say that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah. Either way, longest one.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So we're looking
2 to
at
2010. Missed by a year. Wow.
02 to 2010.
Yeah. Okay. Still longest streak. Yeah, by far.
Because I see.
Whoa.
Is it? I was about to say 83 to
83.
93. Notre Dame dominate. 83 to 95. Actually, Notre
83
Dame
to 95. That's actually the longest streak.
We got screwed on our stat profile.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Gemini.
That's okay. It happens.
Either way. All right.
Yeah. Last one.
Last one.
Oh God.
I don't mean to bring up bad blood.
Yeah.
Ole Miss last beat Georgia in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Who was Georgia's defensive coordinator?
In 2016?
Mm-hmm.
Mel. God dang it! The guy that went to Michigan State. What was his name? Mel Brooks.
Tucker.
Mel Tucker. Why did I kept wanting to say Mel Brooks? No, that's the director. Mel Tucker. Yeah.
Mel Brooks.
We got cooked in 2016.
You sure
by the way, 45-14.
Yeah,
it was not even close.
So of course I just had to go through it. I just thought about this on the way over. I was like, I'm gonna ask the old AI and see if we can get some trivia questions out of here.
At least I'm glad I got the Georgia one.
Yeah,
because
need a W there.
Yeah, I needed one.
Oh, where's that one at? There's some stats in here. Sorry, I had to research.
You're good.
Oh, yes, 45-14.
Yeah, it was rough. It was Hugh Freeze. Ole Miss.
Do you remember who the quarterback was for Ole Miss?
Chad Kelly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, you're.
Who was Georgia's quarterback?
Grayson Lambert?
Nope. Jacob Eason.
Oh, was that okay?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Good stuff. Ooh.
What's up?
This is very random.
Okay. I like random.
This was in this game.
Uh-huh.
Won the Heisman Trophy in 2012. Which USC quarterback threw for over 400 yards against Notre Dame?
Won the Heisman Trophy in 2012.
Another one of those handsome USC quarterbacks.
Wait, 2012? I don't know. I'm blanking.
I'm actually going to make sure.
2012 was... Wait, wasn't the Heisman Trophy winner in 2012 like Mark Ingram?
No. I think it meant finalist.
Oh, okay.
No way, actually. Hold on. I'm going to have to stat check on old Gemini here.
Oh. No, I remember who the 2012 Heisman winner was. Whoopsies. That was Johnny Football.
Yeah. That's why I was like, that feels wrong.
Manziel Mania.
Maybe he was a finalist. It says Matt Barkley.
No, that might be right. That might be right. 2012 Heisman finalist. No, that's not right. Not in 2012.
No.
In 2012, it was Johnny Mantateo and Colin Klein. God, Colin Klein.
Wow.
Kansas State Colin Klein.
Oh, that's okay. That's what it meant. I got you. It said he began as the front runner. He began the season as the front runner for the Heisman.
Oh, in 2012?
Yes. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I see I was like, that's not right. I was like, I feel like that's Johnny Football year.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Either way, that was cool. I was trying to see if I can find some, there's some interesting ones in here.
Yeah.
Do you know which magazine LSU's Death Valley originated from?
I don't.
Sports Illustrated.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know that.
When I think of Sports Illustrated, 2 covers come to mind. It's the USC cover with, like, Clay Matthews, and I don't remember who else was on it, and then the other one was the Georgia one with, like, Matt Stafford and, Knowshon Marino.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Those are the 2, like, Sports Illustrated covers that stick out in my mind.
Yeah. The Matt Stafford one, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of. Those cover. I remember I had a friend that had like a wall of them. Those were awesome. Oh, that's what I was thinking of. The Phelps with the
Oh, with
medals.
the medals, yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
one's
was like
iconic.
Olympic one. What was the one that I go through? The
That one,
Olympic one
yeah,
was awesome.
that one's super iconic.
Yep. Well, you can tell what kind of people search for this because it's when you search out best Sports Illustrated covers, it's just all the swimsuit models.
Yeah. Google knows. Google knows what people are looking for.
Yeah, Google knows like, hey, bro.
Yeah. It's like, "Oh, this is a dude."
Yeah.
This is a guy.
Yeah, you can just go by my Chat GPT and my Google searches. You're like, dude.
Yeah, this is a guy.
He's visited Lowe's too many times, Lowe's.com, ESPN, living on there.
Yeah.
They know. Well, Joseph, that was great. We're out of here by
Yeah,
7:30.
I think we crushed this episode.
We did, man. That was fun. Core 4, Fast and the Furious.
Uh-huh.
Good stuff. Happy gambling week to all.
Yes.
Happy
Wish
college
you
football.
all the best of luck in all your bets.
Yeah. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy some good food. This is a loaded weekend again. I did not know we were going to get all this every single weekend when we did this conference realignment, but thank you. Thank you. It's almost overwhelming at times. I'm not going to lie to you because I'm like, I missed the noon slate sucking.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, well, I don't have to watch.
Oh, no, you still got
crappy Illinois versus Indiana. Now those teams are good.
And BYU Utah's a conference game.
Holy war. You cheered for anybody? Last thing?
Utah. My chat slip bet is actually Utah -3.5. So go Utes.
Go Utes, baby.
Yep.
Like, subscribe to Chat It Up Sports. We are out.